the misery, or I can choose to lie, cheat, and steal my way out. If I get caught and do time in prison, how much worse could it be? I was already living in the slums of society. I think that's very powerful, because that's the mindset, get rich or die trying, street dreams. Those things are illusions, and if you did the proper things of trying to achieve those goals and get those monies, by the time that you actually got them, you wouldn't even want the material goods that it would bring, because your mind would be different, your thinking would be different. And that's why it's very important that, even if I may use a biblical term, it says, my people don't struggle for the lack of knowledge, but the scripture context does not stop there. They say because they rejected knowledge. Sometimes we reject knowledge just because of our traditions, because what we was raised, how we was raised, and information that's pertinent to us going to another level or achieving greater good, we don't achieve it because we won't allow the information to come in that we can achieve these things. So, grown folk. Yeah. Everybody, as you know, people who will put you in boxes. If you do this, if you're around youth, then you're a youth minister. If you're around grown folk, then you're grown, you're a pastor. I deal with all. Primarily, I deal with men and young women, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bound to any particular persons, you know what I'm saying? I deal with young people, but I'm preparing them for their mature level, They teach me a lot of things as well. I deal with a lot of grown people with their minds already made up. If you got your mind already made up about a person, how could you ever change, or how could that person ever grow in your mind, or how could you ever show forgiveness to that particular person if you already got your mind made up about them? Turning school, we do high school and middle school, so it really would be more. But bring up Howard, Washington Turner School, Deadwood, and we finna be in the Century. And we also in one college, which is Chattanooga State. We're doing workshops with them as well. So what's next for the building tomorrow is I'm moving into a training aspect where I'm taking young men and I'm trying to raise the funds to bring some young men on staff part-time to do what I do, train them how to do what I do, with the curriculum of A Better Tomorrow, and enlarge our territories in copywriting our material, getting a trademarking that we can take it to other cities, other places. So, wow. A lot of times we wish we can go back, but if I went back, I'd do the same thing. You know why? Because if the question was phrased to me, if you could go back with the mind that you have now, then in that particular questioning, I would be further ahead with A Better Tomorrow. I would be further ahead in things that I have yet to do, but I had to go through what I went through to come into where I am now and have the passion that I have now. Because now where I am, not that I've arrived, but I hate ignorance. If you're gonna do something, do it with everything. You know what I'm saying? We hear terminology like this in the community: get rich or die trying. You know what I'm saying? Hustling. We hear all these things. We hear about get on your grind. And all of these terminologies are simply saying do what you gotta do. But what I'm saying is do what you gotta do in a positive manner, that you can be productive and you can stay on the scene longer. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, in that capacity, that's what I'm saying. And to your question is, same old same. I ain't in no recession. I'm serious. I'm talking about the way I believe. I'm talking about for real though. That's just. I'm telling you, if God got it, He got it. You know what I'm saying? And God ain't shout. You know what I'm saying? He say He got a cat on 1,000 hills, and God has given you the ability to do it. Then I'm one of them kind of believers like Peter. You know what I'm saying? If it's you, and you told me to get out of here, Now I know I used to be when I used to get out there and get it myself. So if you telling me to come, you gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So he always supply needs. If I was to say anything and encourage you in the incapacity to do anything, it was to find out what your purpose is. And most time your purpose is what you always been doing. Let me give you an example. I went to my 25th high school reunion. I know I don't look that old, you know what I'm saying? But went to my 25th high school reunion. And young dudes was telling me, they was like, hey, they used to come and meet. They was like, hey, I remember you knew karate. I was a brown belt. They said, you made us chop these bricks. And man, I broke my hand. You was telling me that's just to show that I was really trying. And when my hand got healed, I was going to be able to break that brick. He said, I really believed that. Now the funny part about this is that even what I do today, being a licensed ordained minister, motivated speaker, and executive director of this organization, I'm motivating people. And I was doing it even when I was a young man. You know, it doesn't mean if you're doing it in negative or positive. Your purpose is something you've been doing all the time. You just need to recognize it, and then you need to emphasize on it, and then you need to take it to the next level.